start off with some general terms of car insurance. First, we're going to cover the term insured, which is an individual who's covered by the insurance that's been purchased. The insurer is the actual company or agency that's written the policy that the insured person has purchased. The policy holder is the actual owner of the policy. So, example of that would be if you're a son or daughter and your parents own the insurance and they're paying it on you, you're technically not the policy holder. Your parents are. You would just be insured. Next is the deductible, which is how much the insurance company will pay on a claim before you'll have to pay towards it. And then premium is what you pay for your insurance, and risk is a situation in which a kind of loss is possible for the insurance company.
There's multiple factors and multiple types of car insurance that go into your policy, and we're going to cover those.
Okay, the first type of car insurance that most people have, it's actually required in Washington State, is liability insurance. That means that if you're in an accident and if it's another person's fault, their liability insurance will pay for any damages done to your vehicle or any damages done to your property, and any bodily injury that you have, like if you hurt your back in the car accident, then they'll pay for that also. Medical payment insurance is similar to the insurance that is in liability, the bodily injury, but it covers a little more medical expenses of the people injured in your car. And this medical payment insurance can be, it will also cover funeral expenses if anybody dies as a result of the accident.
Collision pays for damages to the policyholder's car that the insurance of the other driver in the accident insurance won't cover. So say you get into an accident, someone hits you, and their insurance will cover $2,000 for the damages, but the damages are $2,800, then your collision will pay that additional $800 to ensure that all the damages are paid. And comprehensive covers the damages to your vehicle outside of auto accidents. So say you live in a place where there's a lot of tornadoes and you have some damage done to your car as a result of that, comprehensive would cover that. And so you need to consider where you live and the activities that could potentially happen to you when deciding if you want comprehensive coverage.
The last two types of car insurance we'll cover is uninsured motorist. If you have this on your car insurance, basically it's saying that your car insurance will cover the repairs of your car if you get in an accident with another driver who does not have car insurance. So it's basically you're covered either way. So no matter what, you'll be able to get your car fixed. And the last is accidental death benefits, which is an option in car insurance policies where if one of the insured is killed in a motor vehicle, the policy will be monetary value will go to whoever been listed as beneficiaries. This actually isn't as big of a feature in car insurance because a lot of times people have this in their life insurance policy.
And as Sherry said before, there's lots of different factors that go into rating your car insurance and how much you'll have to pay for insurance. One factor would be location, where you live and where you're driving. People who live in more urban areas typically have higher insurance just because of crime rates and things like that. So people who live on the west side, would probably pay a little more than people that live here in Ellensburg. Another factor would be the kind of vehicle that you drive. A lot of insurers take into account the safety qualifications of your car, how many airbags they have, roll cages, safety standards like that.
Next, we're just going to cover age and gender. Age and gender, they both fall into that risk factor that was mentioned earlier. Age, car insurance, when we first start driving from 16 till the age of 25 is pretty high. When you turn 25, it usually drops pretty significantly. And gender plays a big factor. For some reason, males pay more than females. They can be equal age just because of statistics that have come out that males have a higher risk factor of getting into auto accidents, having speeding tickets, and etc. than a female.
Occupation can affect your rates in a couple of different ways. shop around. Don't just take the first offer that comes to you, because there might be another company that offers better rates or a better deal for your situation. You want to consider maybe having all of your insurance from one provider, because sometimes this can provide a great discount to you. If you have all your insurance, like your life insurance, your house insurance, and your car insurance all in one place. And you want to ask about different discounts that might be available to you. For example, there's a good student discount with a lot of places where if you get high enough grades, they'll give you a discount on your auto insurance. Or if you have safe driver for having a clear driving record, sometimes they'll give you better rates. Or if you're willing to take a course in defensive driving, that can also give you a deduction on your rates.
And in Washington State, we do have minimum requirements for liability. And so that's the kind of insurance that everybody has to have to drive in Washington State. And the 25-50-10 stands for $25,000 is the maximum that your insurance company will pay for any bodily injury that you or your vehicle causes anybody else. $50,000, that middle number there, would be any personal property damage that you do to a car. And the last is $10,000, and that's per occurrence. So up to every one per plan. So this also includes drivers from out of state, and people who drive without any insurance can be fined up to $450.
Alright, so now we're going to do an activity to make sure that you guys learned something from our presentation and see how closely you paid attention. So we're going to go through some vocabulary with you related to automobile insurance and see how much you learned today. So what we're going to do is we're going to have you guys go through this list over here, and we're going to work together to figure out which of these terms match up with these list items.
We're going to start off with the first statement, which says the company or agency that writes an insurance policy. What do we have?
H.
H.
Is it H?
Yes. Next, we have what it would cost to replace a piece of property or rebuild a structure.
D.
D, coverage is correct. The third, the owner of the insurance policy. Let's have someone else answer.
Insured.
Correct.
Insured. I don't know.
Insured. Okay, let's do a couple more.
Okay, the act or process of colliding, a crash or a conflict.
B.
You're right, collision. An individual, usually not always the buyer, covered by an insurance policy. Anybody? G. Yes, an insured.
Although auto insurance coverage can help to provide medical payment for treatment of bodily injury. So what type of insurance can do that?
J.
Like an insurance.
But insurance designed to pay for the repair or replacement of the policy owner's car in the event of damage not resulting from an accident.
Correct. Well, it looks like you guys all